molweni and welcome to Umthunzi, a space to breathe and a space to be. Welcome back, guys, and thank you for those who interacted with our other episodes. And today we are on episode 4. So yeah, Umthunzi, and I am your host. And as the title of this video say, today we are talking about when you stand in your way, when you self-sabotage. I know if you've watched my videos in this channel, like from even last year, I know I removed some others. You know that I always speak about self-sabotage because I am the queen of sabotaging myself. Yo, so that's one thing that I had to, I don't want to say deal, but I'm gonna say deal because it's the easiest terminology people get. So yeah, let's get into it. And as you know me, I always have my notes, and they've really helped me when it comes to remembering what I want to say and almost stopping me from rambling, because I know I ramble. So let's get into it. Today we are going to speak about the dilemma of you being your biggest enemy when you stand in your way of being successful. You know that you want to lose weight, you know that you want to make more money, you know that you want to leave that toxic man, but for some reason you keep on going back to your old ways, you keep on standing in your own way, you keep on eating that junk, drinking that cider, and you know, those are the exact things that are delaying you from achieving that dream body, that fat bank balance. But for some reason you cannot stop yourself. And sometimes people say you must know your why, you must know why you started. But sometimes I know why I started, but that doesn't stop me from standing in my way for whatever that I want to achieve. And it's stressful. I've learned that if you've been in a situation, whether it's an uncomfortable one, whether it's a toxic one, whether it's unhealthy, when you want to change will threaten the identity. Because if I am an overeater, there's an identity that gets attached to being an overeater. If I am someone who keeps on finding themselves in toxic relationships, there is like a part of me that gets attached to that identity. So when you want to change your identity, it's not something that you wake up and just change overnight. I know sometimes we wake up and we start exercising and maybe going at that pace for 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks things start going downhill, and you're like, oh my god, I was going at such a nice pace. Why am I stopping myself? Why did I allow my friends to bring me wine, to bring me junk? Why did I respond to his DM late at night? Because now I'm at square one. Yeah, I know. But when you want to change, there's a lot that is involved with wanting to change, and change does threaten the identity that you hold for that particular season of your life, or for that phase of your life. So when you want to change, your body will perceive that change as a threat to who you are. And because your body is not used to the new version of who you are, the version that wakes up at 5 a.m. to exercise, the version of you that choose better food items, the version of you that says no to toxic relationship patterns, the version of you that stops over spending and starts saving or investing in that business, etc., etc. So it will it will overstep, it will stop you, it will sabotage, it will do everything to make sure that you are not getting into that size 4 jeans. And for some of us, also it's something that I've spoken about in this channel, something about social contracts. When we are a certain way, it's like we sign a contract to remain that way. So if mina and Skin Sam, we are like drinkers of note, it's like we have an unspoken agreement that that's what we are gonna do. So I'm not saying that people who drink, that's all they do, but I'm just trying to paint a picture. Yeah. And now when you come here and you tell us you want to be sober, njani? And then there's that trend on TikTok where ethi mzala siyakwazi lento wayingcela ebeleni. Yeah, those are the social contracts that keep us from becoming the people that we want to become, because we've signed contracts with ourselves, we've signed contracts with our families, we've signed contracts with our friends, colleagues and whatnot. How dare you want now to enroll kwi-masters ekubeni nje sitheke nje no angeke size ngalutho? How dare you wena ekhaya sonke sinama mhlawumbe sinama-degree or mhlawumbe sino-matric, wena usitshela ukuthi ufuna ukuyofunda? And sometimes it's not even those social contracts, it's just a fear of being successful. Because when you are successful, there's a perceived responsibility that automatically becomes attached to you. Some people do not become successful because family members will want more, family members will expect more, family members will say this and this and this. And sometimes, how dare you become more successful than your own parents? Kanti we are in this journey of life, bazalwane, to outshine our lineage, not in a bad way, but I think those who came before us, they want to see us do better than them. But for some reason, getting out of that just is, it is stressful. So how does self-sabotage show up? Self-sabotage shows up differently. I've been consistent with maybe walking, and then suddenly on Friday, I get invited to go out. Instead of saying I'll arrive late, angisayi-ke kwaya kuyowoka, sengiyahamba nabangani bami. I've been eating healthy for the whole week or for the whole month, and I made a promise to myself that I'm gonna eat healthy for the whole month until maybe I reach a certain pace or momentum, and then I will just balance. Because when you want to lose weight, it is important for you to not cut out everything, because the moment you cheat, it's over for you. And yeah, so you don't meet deadlines. You say, I'm just gonna have one cookie, and one cookie becomes 10 cookies. You say you're gonna have one cider becomes you finishing the whole 6-pack. And yeah, we sabotage ourselves in ways that don't seem sometimes harmful, but for the version of us or for the things that we want to achieve, those things are harmful. Because like, why eating 10 biscuits harmful? Okay, one. But for someone who is fighting habits, who is fighting maybe addictions, who is fighting whatever battle that you are fighting, it matters. So self-sabotage shows up you just undoing your progress, you not posting that video on YouTube or TikTok like you had said, you not finishing the presentation or finishing that application now, social deadline. So it shows up in such ways. You are standing in your way of achieving whatever that you want to achieve. Okay, yeah. When now you are starting your journey of change, you need to work with your body. You need to take one step at a time. You need to take a smaller task, smaller decisions. That's why even if, like, when you want to lose weight, your dietitian will tell you don't cut out everything at once. They will say maybe just reduce. So if you are eating 2 spoons of ipapa, they will tell you reduce them to maybe 1.5 or to 1 spoon. If you're always maybe drinking a 6-pack per week, they will tell you that maybe per week drink 5. I know that when we want change, we want it now, but if we want to be realistic and we want long-lasting change, we need to make small decisions that will compound into bigger decisions. So you cannot just wake up and say, I'm not supposed. There are people who are able to do that, but for the rest of us, you need to work with your body. You need to be patient with yourself. You need to take one step at a time. And on those days where you don't feel like doing it, where you don't feel like showing up, allow yourself to rest, allow yourself to be in that space, and don't shame yourself, and don't feel like you've like ruined everything for yourself. And just try and get up when you feel better, because those times will come. Now when we step into the shade, we remember that this is not a race. We are not running against anyone. Even a race, it's a transition, and just making one decision today will make a big difference in 6 months. I know sometimes we don't have that 6 months. I want to be a millionaire now, but if you want long-lasting change, I also learned the hard way, especially when it comes to business, that okay, fine, you have the skills, you have the capabilities, there's potential, but there are other external factors that you have no control over. So in order for you not to shame yourself, you need to make small changes, break things into smaller tasks, move slowly, move at the pace of your body, and not overwork yourself. I know i-hustle culture isibambela ukuthi nje if you sleep you won't be a millionaire, darling. No, you need to like be realistic with your own self. Look at your capabilities, and if you don't want to ruin things for yourself, you will move at a slower pace. Also, today I want to leave you with this question: what part of your identity feels threatened by the desires that you have? And if you enjoyed this episode, you are welcome to step into the shade with us as we pause, we breathe, and we just rest before the big move. And subscribe, like, and share. And I'll see you next time on Umthunzi, the space to breathe and a space to be. Thank you for watching.